Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Phizcast. I'm your host, Physic, and today I want to open up this episode with mentioning that one ad on YouTube that's like students that study students with ADHD that study with this Chrome extension save 10 hours. But no, by all means, go ahead and skip the ad. And I never got farther than that because I always skip the ad. And the tragic irony of not being able to retain viewers that are supposed to, in something that's supposed to help you not get distracted. I don't know. Either way. But that ad's extremely passive aggressive. I find it quite rude. And I never skip. I never watch it all the way through because, well, 10 hours of what? 10 hours out of what? Out of what sample size? It's a rather useless margin. If you just are saying, like, oh, they just saved 10 hours. Good job. What if I only work for 4? Am I getting 6 hours of free time by using it? No, I don't like that ad. Anyway, how's everyone doing today? I can say pretty confidently I'm doing quite well. Got a big day tomorrow. Very chill day today. Wonderful weather. Bright blue sky. Not a cloud in sight. Plans to go out on a boat got canceled because my mom got sick, but she'll be alright. She's a nurse, so she's cool. Anyway, I think I wanted to talk about mindsets. Kind of, I guess mindsets. Mindsets, perspectives, so along that line. I had a talk with someone today, this morning at like noonish, where it was about how I didn't know this person very well. I'm still kind of in the process of bonding and getting to know them because it's part of a group, and they're kind of the leader. And they're very, very nice. Everyone in that group is extremely nice. I'd recommend getting one of your own if you can. But I was talking to them about how I am not a very confident person. Along those lines, I was talking about how musically I'm rather accomplished, chorally specifically, and how I do this, and like the podcast and stuff, and my voice is one of the very, very few things that I'm confident in my ability of. Because I'm not a very confident person overall. I then said like something along the lines of, I'm very much a hypocrite because I have all the confidence in the world in everyone else, and I have little to none in myself and my abilities. Which is really weird. I never was, picked on or anything like that. I was really the one that did it to myself. I made my own detriments. It's very weird. It's a very weird process, and I really don't know how it happened. Somewhere along the lines, I believe, somewhere along the lines, I mixed up being confident with being cocky. And that screwed me up very badly, because I really did not like being cocky in any way, shape, or form. It just came across as the rudest thing you could possibly be. It didn't help that the people that I knew that were cocky were the rudest people you'll ever meet. But along those lines, I guess I just stopped deciding that confidence was good. And then any attempt to come across as confident from that point forward came from my brain's perspective was like, no, stop doing this. You're bragging. Don't brag. No one likes a bragger. No one likes someone that shows off. Stop doing that. So I did. And I guess if you see some of the other episodes I've made, you can kind of hear in my voice like the hesitation of certain things that I say, of compliments or I guess, really generally just compliments or positivity towards myself coming from myself. There's a lot of hesitation in that because I don't want to feel I don't want to feel like or convince myself that I'm bragging from nowhere. And it's weird. That mindset that I'm in is very weird. And because I'm definitely not bad at a lot of things I do. There's a lot of things I'm capable of doing. And from outside feedback entirely, people I've never even met in my life telling me that I can do this very well. Like, when I'm singing randomly or whatever and someone compliments it, or someone I've never shown art to before compliments that too. Or the fact that you guys watch this and continue to come back to it. That kind of intrigues me It does, because I don't see it in myself, but everyone else sees it in me. And then through that, there's like this kind of explanation phase where people try to explain to me why it's good, and I'm like, oh, all right, okay, all right, fine. And then I accept it only at that point. But I don't know. Sorry for my air conditioner. I need to figure that out, I think. That noise is intrusive. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, let's go back to the part where I was saying I was hypocritical. I'm very confident in everyone else. I definitely am. You can call me naive in this regard, but I'm definitely the person to look at what someone is capable of doing as opposed to what is most likely going to happen with them. Such as, and I say that because, like, there are bad people. There are people that have done, not bad people necessarily. There are people that have done bad things that I know are good people. Because everyone does bad things. It just happens. And it's really sad, but it does happen. But those people are perceived by many people who are my friends, honestly, as bad people because of something that they did. And I cannot blame them at all for that. It makes a lot of sense, honestly. But I'm very much the person to look at what is possible. I like seeing who they were in the past and looking forward to what they could be in the future under the right influence. Under the right... I guess under the right influence is just the perfect word for it. And I still have confidence in those people that I don't know what goes on behind the scenes. I have no idea what goes on in their head. I don't even know if they have confidence in themselves. I mean, very often I end up talking to them enough that I know their standpoint, or at least a part of their standpoint. But it's weird that I have so much faith in other people and none in myself. Even though I know everything, every single thing that goes on in my head, I know what happens, and I know nothing of what goes on in anyone else. I only know what they tell me, and I only know what other people choose to tell me about them. And so it's a weird place to be. Personally, I think it's a good way to go about things. I don't think you should follow by blind intuition, of course, because I don't do that. If something's very, very obviously bad, then I accept it as bad. I don't just keep pushing through the fact that this is going to end poorly and then put myself in a bad spot in the end. I'm smart enough to know when something is obviously wrong. However, there are times where I kind of just accept the risk reward, I guess. Because, I mean, definitely not every single bad thing equates to a bad person. However, most things that come from a bad person are bad things. But when you accept the risk reward of, like, okay, what am I losing if I try and help them? What am I losing if I have faith in them? As long as you don't, I don't grow like, ultra super personally attached. I just am happy if they manage to turn around and make up for the bad thing. I'm similarly happy if they manage to do anything along that line, do anything positive and make up for what they did. I'm not crushed whenever they just are who they are. Of course I'll be disappointed, but there's nothing more I can do if I've tried. But then I just accept that and move on. So, there are definitely times, especially with people that are super close to me, I will try and help them all the time, every single time. And I have all the confidence in the world because I've known them for years and years. I've seen what they're capable of. I've seen all of the good things that they've done for me and that they continue to do for me and for others. And even though people tell me I've done a bunch of things I've done a bunch of things like that as well. I simply have a hard time in believing that I've done anything or that I'm capable of doing anything. And yet I guess I keep trying. Some part in me knows that I can I can do things, that I can do a lot of things. But the rest of me is very bad at accepting it. I don't know, someday I'll learn. Someday I'll be sure to realize my capabilities, and maybe from there it'll sprout some confidence, and maybe from there I can help other people do that, which is kind of what I'm built around, is helping. But I don't know. Sorry if this went off the rails again or kind of tangential. Also sorry for the probably random cut in the middle around 8 minutes. My brother came in, so I had to talk for a second. Also, I don't know what I was saying before that, because that was like a 5-minute talk, and so if it went completely off the rails, sorry, but it led into a good place, I think. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. I hope that I can continue to do this. I immediately dropped my... It was hard getting this time to record, because I felt like I had to do something, but I didn't, so I just kind of took this time to record. But anyway, yeah, thank you for tuning in. I'll try and record as much as I can, and so I have some consistent videos for you. I appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.